Dun, dun.
We are live, baby. Come on. Give me my notification. Give me my notification. Ding! I got my notification because you know why? We are live right here on the Academy Sports Show. It is Monday. Hear that? It is 7 o'clock ish. And we got a great show today. So we appreciate everybody who comes into the live feed today. We got a great show. Make sure you follow us on all our modes of social media, being Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube. Please, guys, please make sure you share everything. Academy Sports Show, most being the YouTube. If you're on the live feed right now, just hit the share button, man. Share it to your best friends, share it to your group chat, share it to your Facebook wall. Nah, let's get this thing cracking because we got a lot of stuff to get ahead of. We on the final NFL week. It is a happy yet sad day. We on the final NFL week, and we got everything covered. We got a lot of stuff on the dock today. I'm watching Virginia versus Duke. The Mondays aren't the same anymore. But with all that said, we appreciate everybody that comes into the feed. I'm your host, Andre Douglas. Sitting next to me is your host, man, the myth, the legend himself. I'm going to keep saying it, Mr. Joel Williams.
What up, though? We gonna say it like that for DC, man. DC, what up, man? Out in Vegas, man. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We see two people in the building. We know one of them is Dennis. Who's the other one, man? Shout us out. Say hello. Say what up, so we'll know you're there. Welcome to the show tonight. We appreciate everybody joining us. We go get right into it. Y'all heard the man. We're getting into the last week of the year when it comes to football, man. It's both a beautiful day because the Super Bowl is coming this weekend. It's a sad day because it is dry. It's going to get dry out here. All right. But we got a lot to talk about, man. We're going to give our Super Bowl picks tonight. Who you got? Y'all already know we're going to give our picks. We got to talk Rams. We got to talk Bengals. Do you believe in the Cats from Cincinnati? Do you believe in Joe Cool himself, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase? Do they have an offensive line to hold up? Is this defense that good, or are they just opportunistic? Will Matt Stafford be elite quarterback this weekend, or will he revert to his old ways of maybe throwing a pick here or there? Just a lot of question marks, man. But we're going to get in tonight. We're going to break that game down. We'll give you our choices. We're interested to hear from you as always. We want to know what you think. So please make sure you let us know. Also, man, NFL, Brian Flores, he is suing the Shield. Brian Flores, ladies and gentlemen, is suing the NFL. We'll give our thoughts on that tonight, claiming racial bias in the hiring process. So we'll share a like on that. Plus, hey man, the NBA is heating up. Trade deadlines have been happening. Things have been happening. We'll throw some things out there. And also, don't forget, man, is there trouble in Ann Arbor? Mike McDonald, DC. Why? Because he got hired as the DC in Baltimore. That one makes sense. Josh Gaddis, now out as an OC, headed to the University of Miami, and he had some parting words to share on his way out the door. Is there trouble in Ann Arbor? Did Mr. Harbaugh rub some folks the wrong way by courting the NFL? Or is it something going on at the leadership level when it comes to the school? We'll parse those words that Mr. Gaddis shared and give you our opinion. And as you already know, we already have what to mean. We always get into what to mean. We always get into many other things. This week's what to mean. One of them, shout out to a couple of our listeners, man. We'll show some love to those listeners when we get up to that point. But we got a lot to cover tonight, so make sure you share the live feed. Make sure you let somebody know we are live. We are kicking. Let's get it tonight on the Academy Sports Show.
All right. So I don't know if am I breaking up on your end, any?
Yeah, you are having delay issues.
Okay, because you was the whole beginning part of that was chopped up for me. So I don't know if it's me or you, but it sounds like it's me. So just let me know if I get choppy again,
Okay.
and then I'll come back in and come back out.
Dennis said it's clear to him. That's good. The
Okay,
listener says it's clear on their end.
that's why I say I just let you go through it because you was in there like we gon' it's I was like I'm just gonna let it happen. I'm gonna watch the comment to see if everybody if don't nobody say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna stop
Yeah.
your flow.
Must be happening behind the scenes in production.
All right. All right, well, let's get it
And it says
in.
both of us are clear. Appreciate you, DC.
Oh, thank you, man. Did I share it already? Yeah, let's try it again. Share. Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen.
Uh oh.
Come on, Chrome. Come on. Got a new Mac, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure it out as we go. Click
Matt,
on.
do you need to email it to me?
I don't know. On your Mac, click the Apple logo on the top left. System preferences, security, and privacy. Security preferences.
Petty
What is that?
in the audience.
What is that?
Perry comes into the building. Welcome to the show, Perry. We appreciate you joining us tonight. And he says, the you.
Privacy.
DC says, stop using your neighbor's Wi-Fi, Dre.
Hey, listen, it be like that sometimes.
Yeah, Dre got a nice Mac, y'all. Just this beautiful, big white screen. Just Apple goodness.
Allow or below apps to record the contents of your screen. Right?
But he's been using Windows for years. So this is a conversion issue.
Well, I've been using Chrome. I just got to put Chrome on. I had to hurry up and download Chrome on the Mac. And then now saying I got privacy issues to allow my screen recording. Check the box near your browser. I did everything. Click the lock to make the changes. All right, what's my password?
Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud.
All right. That's not my password. Okay.
Oh, God. Made that password really, really challenging.
All right, that's my password. All right, allow. Google Chrome will not be able to record the contents of your screen until it's quit. You can now choose to quit Google Chrome now or do it later on your own. So I got to come out and come back in, I guess.
All right, what topic do you want me to start on first?
You can go to Flores because that's the first one.
All right, gents, you're here. You heard the news. All right, Brian Flores, ladies and gents. Let me pull it up here. Get a nice little background. Let's see. Let's do this. It won't take him long to get back, but while he's gone, see, there he is. He's already back. There he is, ladies and gents. He's already back.
Hey, I'll try.
I'll still bring up the. I'll still bring up my. Ooh, that's ugly. I'm not gonna do that. Ooh, technical difficulties. All right, so
I'm almost up. Hold on.
Let's get into.
You want me to do your trivia? You want me to do your trivia?
Yeah, let's do trivia. You got. Let me get the banner up. All right, so where are we? Am I answering tonight?
Yep, it's on you.
All right, 6-4 trivia night. We're up 6-4. We got some listeners in the building. We got some smart guys. These three. We got Perry. We got Coleman. We got who else? Leonardo. Oh yeah, I'm ready. It's me against the world right here.
There we go. We up.
All right, trivia's up. Hey, look at that. Work it out, Trey. Trivia is up. The show is not derailed.
Listen, I didn't give Specs Howard all that money for nothing. You understand me?
And we just had a fourth member join the show, man. Well, again, welcome everybody. It's the trivia night. You know how we do. Always open up with a little trivia. You see the score on the bottom. It's the field versus the host. Every week we go back and forth. Dre brings a question. I bring a question. The answer has to be made by the opposite host before, in time for the field, which is you, the listener, before you get your answer in. And you got to be confident with your answer because we take first answer submitted in the chat as the answer for the group. So as you can see, the scoreboard is the field 6, the host 4. Last week we came through with a dub. So we're just trying to work our way back in it. Every team makes a run. So we're going to try to continue to make one this week. So I'm up. Dre has the question. I have the answer. Get yourselves ready in the chat. Let's see what we do.
Here we go. Here we go. Got to be quick. You ready, sir?
All right.
All right. So we got a Super Bowl question. Now that the Super Bowl is right around the corner.
All right.
All right. So The youngin, Joe Burrow, is in his second year in going to the Super Bowl. Okay?
Yes.
There have been 6 quarterbacks in their second year to go to the Super Bowl, but there's only been 4 that won it
Oh God.
in their second year. Give me
Okay.
3 of those guys.
Give you 3 out of the 4 second-year quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Bro, you killing me here.
Give me 2 of those guys.
All right. Ben Roethlisberger. Wait, I should know this. Hold on. Russell Wilson. Come on. No. It's got to be sooner, too. Let me go Troy Aikman.
Are you going to 3 or are we doing the 2?
I'll go with the 3.
So the 4 are Kurt Warner,
Okay.
Tom Brady,
Okay.
Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson.
Okay.
You got 2 out of the 3.
Ah, so went with the 2.
So
So it's Brady, Ben, Russell, and Roth. Wait, who else? Who was the 4th?
Kurt Warner. Even though he was 47, it was still his second year.
Yeah, come on now. His second season, he was like already in the league for 15 years.
It was the second season.
Nice. Man, you sprung that on me quick too. Okay. That was good. That's a good question.
I feel like you could have, you know what I'm saying?
No, I needed one more. I don't know. Brady. I don't know why I didn't go with Brady.
Yeah.
It was year 2. Dang it.
Yeah. So the field gets it.
Ah,
Doggone it.
Gotta do the edit.
Yeah, you see, look, listen. Y'all out here Googling, it's fine. Okay? Y'all want to type these Google questions in real fast. It's okay. This ain't the radio station where they ask you a question, you try to type it in real fast so you can get the answer so you can win $1,000. We trying to be legit here. Okay? Stay off the Googles.
You just had a moment right there. That's pure speculation. You have no proof.
No proof whatsoever.
That's good. I like it. Stand up for the show.
Yes.
All right. Fields up 7-4.
Fields up 7-4. Let's get it. All right. So once again, if you got a trivia question, man, hit us up.
I helped with the first 2.
If you got a trivia question, man, hit us up. Let us know. Just know that you can't participate in trivia that week.
Right.
But
if you got a trivia question, make sure this next week you send it to me. Because it's my turn to read.
All right. Next up is our classic game. I was going through a lot of old clips, and I was like, man, where's all the slides and stuff? I was like, we just started doing this stuff recently. Like we would just be up here talking with no clips, no nothing. So shout out to us for all the production on this show. I love it. But here goes What the Meme, everybody's favorite show, everybody's favorite segment. So as Joe said earlier in the beginning, I think he said it because to me it was more like, but everybody sent this meme.
Shout out to the two listeners who sent this over to us.
Yes. So here we go. What the Meme is a game we like to play that you're scrolling through your phone. You see these memes on different websites or different applications, and you play the little game, whether you're at home or at the office or on the toilet. You play these games, so I might as well play it with your friends. So here we go. The first meme is Start Bench Cut. We got Jim Brown, Walter Payton, and Barry Sanders.
Sir, I'm so happy that this was sent to us early. Shout out to Kobe and shout out to Perry. We got this What the Meme from both of them this week. I'm so glad this was sent early so that I could actually think about this and not have to do this on the spot because this is a good one. This might be one of the best ones we've had because you got 3 legits in this boy, 3 legit greats in this boy. Well, you really have to consider their greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have one that you can easily kind of slide out. I'm cutting him definitely.
Right.
And there's no way I would ever be caught saying I would cut one of these individuals in a situation where they were actually on my team and I just needed them. But because the game is what it is, we got to cut somebody.
It is what it is.
So while this is a good one, this is an easy one for me. This is easy. And you guys are going to hate it. You might not hate it, but you might hate it. But I know some of your fandoms are going to hate it.
What you gonna do?
Hey, man.
I got to bring the face back even before I hear.
I'm starting Jim Brown. I am benching Walter Payton. I'm cutting Barry Sanders. Get out of here, man.
Wow.
Cutting Barry Sanders.
Your hatred for the Lions runs deep.
Cutting Barry Sanders.
Runs deep. Explain yourself. This is now you built up this meme. Now normally there's no explanation on these memes. It's everybody's personal opinion, but you need to explain yourself because the crowd is turning on you.
I mean, the crowd is spoken. You're right. The crowd is spoken. Perry says, I'm starting Jim. I'm benching Barry. I'm cutting Sweetness, and it hurts. Then it says, Peyton Sanders. He's cutting Jim Brown. He can't even bring himself to cut Jim Brown. He knew I was cutting Barry, though. Listen, Leonardo. Leonardo is always a man of the people. I always can count on Leonardo to be with me. I hate that I'm doing this, but I'm cutting Barry. I'm starting Brown, and I'm benching Walter. Let me speak my piece. This is not hatred on your Lions. Here's my thing with it, okay? Jim and Walter are going to give me consistent running back performances.
Wow.
They are going to be traditional running backs. I like the traditional running back. I'm going to throw it to them. I'm going to hand it to them. These are my bell cows.
Wow.
Okay? Here's why I'm cutting Barry, bro. Barry has explosive plays.
Bail this man.
I'll bail it. I'll bail it. You might have to get your own bail, Dre. You might have to go ahead and purchase you a bail. I will bail it just for the request, but I'm not bailing myself. I'm just bailing because of the request. Barry, while great, to me, all my highlights of Barry are first down stop, second down stop, third down, all explosive run. He does all these excellent things, and then he scores a touchdown. But that's what I have to count on with Barry. I have to count on Barry having that explosive run where somebody can't tackle him, and it's got to be this amazing run for him to impact the game. I'm going to hand the ball to Sweetness. I'm going to hand the ball to Jim 35 times a game, and we're going to go win football games. And don't forget those rings, too. Those rings matter. But I got to cut Barry because Barry's not giving me that consistent run the ball. He's giving me that, 1 yard, 2 yard, cloud of dust. Touchdown. Amazing play. Yes. Dude was sick. But not over Peyton and Brown. Absolutely not. So I'm cutting Barry because I'm going to get what I need out of Jim and Walter. And it's enough to suffice for what I would get out of Barry. Barry has sick highlights, crazy film on when this dude just made unbelievable cuts before his time in some matters. Unbelievable cuts. Hit the hole, all that. But it was also stop, explode. Stop, explode. I'm going to stick with my two horses.
Wow.
Barry wasn't a horse.
Wow. Everything you just said was complete and utter blasphemous. And you should be stricken from ever doing what the meme ever again.
How?
Barry Sanders didn't run the ball. He was second in rushing for forever before Emmitt Smith and Frank Gore pushed him to fourth overall. The only other person on this list is your guy, Walter, at number 2. So that's the first one. Number 2, all he did was spin and juke and then score a touchdown. Scoring touchdowns mean a lot for the person who was second in all-time rushing before Emmitt Smith beat his record before Frank Gore beat him. So you can't say this dude doesn't rush the ball. Number 3, the Detroit Lions sucked for forever, and they continue to suck. So for this man to be second all-time in rushing when he retired says more than anything that he propelled that his career was better and even made the Detroit Lions even relevant. And he retired in his apex. So you call this man less than a rusher than these other two fellas is complete blasphemous, total blasphemous. And who was Jim Brown rushing against? White boy Rick for 5 seasons. He was the biggest black Negro on the field, and he outran every other white boy that was out there. So don't talk to me about his level of competition because he just ran through all of them and then he retired. So let's talk about how Barry Sanders is starting. Walter Payton is on the bench, and Jim Brown got cut. Cut. Because the same reason we don't give Bill Russell his flowers because he 8 foot tall going against 5 foot white boys. Oh yeah, I got it. Now 1 ring, 2 ring, 3 ring. No 3 seconds rule. Oh yeah, I'm in here. 5th ring. Yeah, let's get it. 11th ring. Same way Jim Brown was like, man, sit your ass down. And he just kept running. Oh, who's this guy? Sit your ass down. Man, sit your. Come on, man. We all talking about different eras, and you kind of making me that person to disrespect the all-time great, but your words is blasphemous, and it's triggering as a Lions fan, and it's triggering as a person who loves Barry Sanders, and I didn't even get to enjoy his whole career because I was too young to really enjoy it, but my father would appreciate what I'm saying to you right now as a Lions fan, and my father and my father's father before him and his father. So on behalf of a long line of Douglases that love the Detroit Lions, man, skip you.
Well, all right. You said your piece. Let's hear from the people. Let's hear from the people. Perry says, man, I'm sure it felt good to play with a stout defense. Dennis said, we're talking 3 different eras, too. Leonardo, Barry got caught behind the line too many times. Didn't have a line or fullback. Payton and Brown was positive yardage every play. Barry never had a line either. Perry says, win football games with way better teams, 85 Bears. Barry retired in his prime, sir. And Jimmy B. Hold on, Dre. Don't talk down on Jim Brown. That's blasphemous.
Trigger.
I'm done with this show.
I got Antonio Brown. I triggered. It was a trigger.
Then it said, preach, pastor. Pass the offering plate. All right, hey.
Y'all knew what this was going to do when y'all sent this to me.
Yep. I knew, too, with my answer. I knew that fandom was coming out.
I'm sweating.
I knew that fandom was coming out. That's fair. That's fair. I can't go up against that heat right there. I gave my piece. I knew that fandom was coming. Kobe and Perry knew what was up when they sent this. This was pure sabotage. They sent it over expecting turmoil. But everybody has spoken their piece. Leonardo is with me. He spoke exactly to what I'm speaking to. Your statistical reference does pair out. It does pair out. Barry Sanders is the 4th leading rusher in the history of the NFL. 153 rushes, 3,062 yards. 3,062 attempts in 153 games, 15,000 yards.
It took Frank Gore 47 seasons just to pass him. He's still in NFL.
15 seasons, right? Peyton at 190 games. 3,838 attempts.
Wow.
16,726 yards.
You really crapped on Barry Sanders. Weird that show. Wow. Doggone it. All right. Well, next up. We have to have a conversation after the show go off.
This is the same show that craps on Michael Jordan, too.
Well, nobody craps on Michael Jordan. Nobody.
You
Nobody
know
here does.
Michael Jordan?
Nobody here. Somebody here crapped on Michael Jordan?
I didn't crap on him.
Anybody? I didn't do it. It's just is what it is sometimes. All right, which team you taking? I'll be 1,000% with you. While I was making this show, I just saw it and I threw it up. So I don't even know who's on this meme. So let's go through it together. Team 1 looks to be Patrick Mahomes, Derrick Henry, Cheetah, Devontae Adams, and Cooper Kupp. So it looks like okay, that's a dangerous squad. Team 2 looks like Tom Brady, Gurley, Megatron. I think that's Deshaun Jackson.
That's just they love to throw in these like randoms with these teams.
Deshaun Jackson, and I guess they're saying that Brady and Megatron and Gronk is enough to.
Yeah, they got to be saying that.
Yeah, and then Team 3 is Vic, Peterson, Ocho Cinco, Steve Smith, and Larry Fitzgerald. Team 4 is Peyton Manning, LT, T.O., Moss, and Gonzalez. Wow, that team is stacked.
Bro.
It's just saying it out loud, Team 1 and Team 4, those two teams are stacked. I'm going to go 4, bro. I'm going to go I know.
Yeah, I got to go with you on that one.
I know Perry's method is just always picking your goat.
I got to go 4 because of the others.
Team 4 is ridiculous.
I got to go 4 because of the because my animal likes to come in here during the show. I got to go 4 because of the 4 skill positions. Like,
if that Cooper Kupp was a Moss or T.O., then Team 1, I think Team 1 might get you.
Bro, you got
that Cooper Kupp take it down for me.
Oh wow, that's
Team 4 is ridiculous.
Cooper Kupp takes it down for you?
Yeah, Cooper Kupp takes it down for me.
See, okay, so Team 2, Deshaun Jackson takes it down for me.
Yeah.
Team 3,
Larry Fitzgerald takes it down. Somebody say Mike Vick takes it down because you don't got a guy that can throw them the ball actually.
Yeah, and Team 4 just it's stacked. You got HOFs at every position, right?
Man, yes.
Wait on T.O., right? No,
T.O.'s in. Yeah, T.O.'s in.
So, yeah, you got HOF at every position here.
All these guys are first ballot other than T.O.
Yeah, I got to go Team 4 here.
Team 4.
I actually was considering Team 2 because of the GOAT reason. And Megatron ain't no slouch. But then you kind of mess it up with Gurley and Jackson. So
I mean, Gurley in his prime. You would think Gurley in his prime, right?
Yeah. But Team 4 has everything. Like, even if you're a Peyton Manning hater, you got to respect the guy. Team 4 has everything.
Yeah, I think going tight end instead of a third receiver definitely helps. That's what brings Teams 2 and Team 4 out for me. You know, you got Gronk instead of throwing in a Cooper Kupp or a Larry Fitzgerald. So the tight end, you know, a top-ranked tight end definitely helps.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with it.
But you got Moss and T.O. Come on, man.
And Gonzalez. You
can't. LT.
That's Kansas City Gonzalez, too. That was prime Gonzalez before he got to Atlanta and finished off a stellar career.
Yeah, that's Team 4 is shredded. With Peyton Manning, who don't mind checking to the run.
Right.
That was nice. I like this. That team is dope.
Question. So let's see what the picks are here. Leonardo's going with Team 1. Dennis said I'm torn between 1 and 4, but I'll lean 4. Perry with an emphatic Team 4. Question: if you swap Mahomes with Aaron, would that change things? Not for me.
No, it's the Cooper Kupp for me.
I think you elevate Team 3 if you put Aaron in for Vic. I think you elevate Team 3 a little bit, but I think Team 3 suffers at the skill positions compared to the others.
Yeah, I think Mahomes and Aaron are probably on the same wavelength, no matter who's the quarterback on that team between those two. It's the others. It's the others,
bro.
Like say that Cooper Kupp was Jerry Rice, then you got a squad.
Perry said, I'm a Bronco. So I ain't picking TB12 over my Bronco. Perry said, "Give me Peyton Bronco." Kobe said, "Let's go team 4, 2, 1, and 3."
Oh, he put them in order.
I could do that. I can do that. I agree. I still agree because to me, the goat element of Brady on team 2 is major for me, especially with Gronk at tight end
Especially with Gronk. I was gonna say, yeah.
and Megatron at the receiver position.
Yep.
That goat factor on team 2 is definitely there. But yeah, I can go 4, 2, 1, 3. I can do that.
DC got a question.
So Laura, hey Perry, questions to you. Would you take Elway or Manning? Elway or Manning? Good question.
4, 2, 1, 3. Yeah, that's team 3. I got love for Ocho. I got love for Steve Smith. Adrian Peterson killed the Lions every time he played them.
But it's just not enough.
It's just not enough. The team is not enough.
So we'll give Perry a chance to answer Elway or Manning.
So that's what the meme, guys. You get the gist of it. We done played enough weeks of it. If you got a meme, make sure you DM it to us or send it to us individually, however you want to get it done, and we will give you credit for what your meme is.
Yeah, shout out again to Kobe and Perry for both sending that meme over. That was definitely the most controversial one. Perry answers Elway. It's easy. Coleman says he agrees.
Elway easy. 2 rings versus 1, huh? All right, let's get into the thick of it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Man, I had no idea what kind of legs this thing had. I texted you. I was like, man, I went to work and came back the other day. I saw the thing. It said Flores lawsuit. He's suing the NFL, for basically not abiding by the Rooney Rule. So let's flesh this whole thing out. So Robert Flores, he was fired by the Miami Dolphins. The thing that went out was, maybe difficult to work with or didn't do things the way the owner wanted things done. So he was out. Everybody's perplexed by this firing, but everybody expected this guy to get a head coaching job. There were 8 jobs, I believe, that were open or had open in between his firing and other people getting fired. So everybody believed this guy to get a job. So after about a week or so, or a couple weeks went by, the text message circulated between him and Bill Belichick, him talking to Coach Bill Belichick, him being a former defensive coach on Belichick's staff. So it's not out of the ordinary. Those 2 guys would text each other. The text messages read that, congratulations. I hear it's between the Giants and Jaguars or, something to that effect. I'm glad you're getting this opportunity. He responds, thanks, coach. I appreciate it. All good. And then he doubles back and goes, you're talking to Brian Flores, right? And Bill Belichick goes, yeah, my bad, bro. I thought I was talking to the other Brian. Sorry about that. He goes, thanks, coach. And that just uncovers pretty much the behind the scenes boys club of these, he was up for that job. He had not interviewed for it yet. He was up for the interview in a couple days, but to know that he was going into that interview knowing that the person that they wanted, they already offered him the job, and he's just going there just to pacify this Rooney Rule, kind of shed light to him, and he got sick of it, and he sued the NFL for, I guess, conduct detrimental to the race of black people. To pretty much say this whole thing's a sham, man. All these minority coaches are going on these interviews pretty much not knowing they're going to get the job. He highlighted an interview with the Broncos, said these dudes showed up half drunk all night, didn't even give me a chance. I knew halfway through this interview I wasn't going to get it. And then he went on a whole press tour. That's something I didn't see coming. Like, he was on Get Up. He was on CBS This Morning, him and his lawyers. Like, he went through a whole thing while this man is still interviewing to try to be a head coach in the NFL. So with all that unpacked and all that information, what's your thoughts on the Flores lawsuit situation? And do you think he's going about it the right way?
He's going about it the only way, sir. he's going about it the only way. Like this is the only way to do it. Unfortunately, it listen, let's just call it what it is, man. It doesn't bode well for him in his career. I don't, I don't think Perry's being a pessimist by pointing out that he doesn't think he'll get another job anytime soon. I agree 100%. This is a PR nightmare for every team, and this is a situation where every team is owned by a wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, they're going to stick together. The good old boys club is going to stick together. If you expect anything different, no one will dissent here from the ownership of this league. There will be no defectors. No one will admit to anything. But where there is smoke, there is a blazing inferno. And these text messages were true to that or speak to that. If anybody doesn't know, if anybody doesn't know the story behind the Rooney Rule, just to add to it, it was created to allow for the what they thought would be the injection of people of color, men of color, becoming coaches in the league, and they thought that because it was supposed to open the door to what was that? It was supposed to open the door to the
Diversify their coaching ranks.
diversifying the head coaching world, right? So because more people would get interviews, therefore you would have more people with jobs. Well, what it has done is just been kind of one of those things where you make sure you interview those individuals, but you go ahead and pick up who you want. So it's almost becomes the token interview situation where these individuals are getting these interviews just because. And if you look around the league, there's a clear problem, and that problem is there's no color at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So is this an issue for the league? Absolutely. Unfortunately, Mr. Flores, he is. The question was raised, I think, by Kobe. How does this play out? Is he the new cap? He is absolutely the new cap. This guy's going to get blacklisted. It is going to take, here we go, another one of those progressive organizations after this kind of settles down to make a move. What organization might I be talking about? Well, right now, currently they have a white head coach and they won't have any head coaching issues for the future. But I think of an organization like the Baltimore Ravens, who tend to be a little more progressive in their thinking. But unfortunately, don't look for this guy to get a job. And it sucks because this is real. It's a real place. It's happening. It's happening in corporate America. The NFL is just a microcosm of that. It's happening in a lot of different private sectors. And now it's happening right in front of our faces. And at the end of the day, it's been happening for years. Kudos to you, Mr. Flores, because what you were doing with that Miami team was great. I mean, that team was probably maybe a quarterback issue away from being even better. Their defense was sick last year. This year they start winning games at the end of the year again and start making some noise. So, unfortunately, this is truth. There's truth to this. How this plays out, I don't know, because ultimately, how do you prove this, right? You got these text messages, you got all these things, but what happens? What does federal court do? How does this, a breach of contract? I mean, the NFL pays a fine. What does this look like when it's all said and done? I don't know, but it probably looks like a couple of token hires. Luv Smith, formerly coach of the Illinois Fighting Illini, he was doing a bang up job there. All of a sudden is on the radar of the Texans and they hire him. They already had a black interim coach there. You had a black interim coach in Oakland. I mean, in Las Vegas.
He wasn't interim. He was their coach, and he fired him after.
Yeah, I mean,
he was their coach.
Come on, let's just call it what it is. This is true. It's real, and it's happening. And unfortunately, I have no foresight into how I think this plays out. It feels like it's just like trying to prove that the white guys in the Ahmaud Arbery case killed him because he was black, which is now the Fed's job to do in that case. Now that they're been convicted for murder, so it's like race in America, right? How do we prove it? I can stand up and say I'm not a racist, and then it's not until we as black people point out, hey, that's racist, right? Then all of a sudden, I'm sorry, I'm not a racist though. I'm sorry I said that, but I'm not a racist. Okay, so I don't know how this plays out, man. It's sad, but it's he is falling on the sword. It's admirable, but how does this go? I don't know.
All right, what they say?
Let's see here. So I pointed out Perry said not to be a pessimist. I don't think he's getting another job or NFL job anytime soon. DC says I agree, Perry, because Houston made their move with Lovey, and nobody wants negative press, and that's what this boils down to. I didn't even realize Lovey was on the Texans staff or on anyone's radar. Exactly, he wasn't. Also, Brian in some ways threw a hoodie under the. Y'all got. If you've been with this show long enough, you know how to read through Perry's comments. DC said right. He was coaching Illinois, wasn't he? Yes, he was. We did confirm that. Brett Bielema is the coach there, hired December 19th of 2020. Perry said, I think he was at Illinois last season. Can't remember. So Perry raises a question: is hiring Lovey a safe face for the league?
Is he a safe black man?
He's a token.
He's a safe black man.
Yep. So, right, Dennis, because he wasn't on anyone's radar. I think Lovey is an adequate coach, but it's just perplexing. It's you against the machine, says Perry. Oh, DC, somebody check my phone. David. Oh yeah, David Cawley was no interim. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they hired that man. They hired him out of nowhere, paid him, and then fired him after 1 year after he gave him a trash team.
Right.
Oh,
this was released today on Twitter. I think that was the article I was going to try to post, but the screen was going crazy. So joint statement from Douglas Wigdor and John Elefrakis. Can't say those names, but these are the attorneys for Brian Flores in response to the Texans head coach announcement. Mr. Flores is happy to hear that the Texans have hired a black head coach, Luv Smith, as Mr. Flores' goal in bringing his case is to provide real opportunities for black and minority candidates to be considered for coaching and executive positions within the NFL. However, we would be remiss not to mention that Mr. Flores was one of the 3 finalists for the Texans head coach position, and after a great interview and mutual interest, it is obvious that the only reason Mr. Flores was not selected was his decision to stand up against racial inequality across the NFL.
Wow. That's bold.
The listeners, I mean, it's hard not to ignore it. And appreciate you guys. Oh, the same thing was just sent by Kobe to my IG DM as well.
That's bold. Yeah, is it Cap 2.0 possibly in the coaching ranks? Is he gonna have to work his way back up, even if it's possible? Does he have to go to college, and then are they going to try to humble him for stepping out?
And it's a safe pick. Lovey's a safe pick.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Been a head coach already, Super Bowl bound, right?
Most definitely.
They love him.
Yeah, he's definitely a safe black man. Not gonna rock the boat. And this guy, when you say fall on the sword, this guy, you can tell these franchises, if this is true, they offered him $100K a loss. We're paying you to lose these football games, and they started off 1-8, 1-7 before they won 8 games in a row. And you got to think the men in your locker room. You're asking me to put out a lineup and to coach a way to where we lose a football game when there's only 16, 17 games. This isn't the NBA where it's you got 40, 50, 60. Games. There's only 17 games. So you're asking me to look these guys in the eye and to lose games on purpose for $100,000. That's really hard to pass up. And his moral compass is really, really high, because when you're on that win streak and trying to make the playoffs and you're winning 5 games in a row, 6 games in a row, and you're seeing your owner and you're in these management meetings and they're looking at you like we telling you to lose, and you win these games, and you win 7 in a row, you win 8 in a row. You can't imagine the amount of pressure he was on, and then to kind of backdoor his character on the way out, saying that he, didn't fit with the culture of the Dolphins and stuff like that. He was hard to work with and things of that nature. Just a black man that didn't follow the rules of what the underlining goals was there. Try to make him seem like he was a person that wasn't willing to
they're going to smear that name.
Yeah, like on the way out, take this on your way out.
Yep.
That probably pissed him off too to make him want to do this lawsuit. Not only the fact that he's taking these interviews, and then I just got a tweet here talking about the Saints just hired their head coach, which was their DC coordinator, who just got elevated as head coach, and that was a coaching job that Eric Bieniemy was interviewing for. There's another guy. We heard it a couple years ago when he was on this campaign trail trying to get a head coaching job. You drudge something up from 1965, to bring him down, and this man still hasn't got a look. They got a tweet of all his like every single in 2022, Denver Saints, 2021 Falcons, Lions, Chargers, Jaguars, Jets, Texans, 2020 Browns, Giants, Panthers, 2019 Bucks, Jets, Dolphins. You know how many interviews that is? You know how much time and resources and preparation this man has went through all these interviews every single year just to get passed on, and he's a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator. Is just example after example after example of just being passed over. And yes, I'm proud of Brian Flores, but I'm sad for him as well because he is not going to get what he wants out of this. And
It's so
that's
unfortunate.
Perry said pessimist. That's unfortunately that's looking at it at the glass half full because that's just kind of how it is.
That's unfortunate. It's that we have to be sad. Like we can't even. It's tough because you want to root for the guy. Like you want to root for this to be right, But unfortunately, we have lived long enough in this country. I mean, it's that consistent. It's one of those things where so many people who don't pay attention will pass it off as you know it's not that big of a deal, or I didn't really notice, or maybe it's they don't interview well enough. Listen, man, no, this is too many times this is happening. Airbnb is a clear example. Too many. There are two. That's too many interviews for that man to not have a head coaching job. That is too many. You know how many times he's got to go back to yes, he's happy in Kansas City. Yes, he's making millions of dollars. Yes, they're winning. I'm sure he's enjoying it. But if this man personally has a professional desire to reach the top level of the sport of football as a head coach,
Yeah.
This man got to go back and look in the mirror and ask probably, what am I not doing?
And then he signed a 1 year deal after the Super Bowl because he's thinking he's going to get a job in this next cycle. So now what, you're going to sign another 1 year?
Right.
When you're seeing guys like Joe Judge, the special teams coordinator
Exactly.
from the Patriots, getting a head coaching job and
Every
getting fired
time.
a year later.
Every
You're seeing
time.
the Sean McVay tree, people getting hired. You see Mike Shanahan's offensive coordinator, who's only been there for 1 year, get a head coaching job. Doug Peterson, a recycled head coach, gets another head coaching job with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the good old boys club, unfortunately, and I applaud him. But it's hard to watch because we all seen this story go the same way every time.
Yep. And to your point about Lovey Smith, right? Is you guys were talking about it in the chat. Who's the quarterback down there? Davis Mills. So Lovey Smith's not set up for success. Lovey Smith is set up to be a coach who isn't going to rock the boat. They might have a little success because he's actually a good coach.
Yeah.
So they'll have some success. And then it'll be easy to run another black man out of town and then say, see how they don't perform as head coaches, because Perry just said it. And there's going to be a moment for us to debate this, but that got hushed up real quick. We sure ain't heard nothing about that. Not going to say it, but I'm saying it. Let the man play. Like, come on, y'all. We've seen this enough to know. Again, the accusations, and we'll stick with the topic. The accusations are real. That is a real thing. We are not diminishing it. But if y'all had it and you could just go ahead and go after this dude, you would. That's how they do us in America. If y'all got the dirt on us, it's going to happen. Or if you want to humble us and teach us a lesson, you're going to dangle it. And we all know that black quarterback wanted out of Houston, Texas. Kobe, you live down there. I know you run into sometimes. The Houston Texans. I think the McNair family for a long time owned that franchise maybe still do. I mean, come on now. We know the roots of this stuff. This stuff is embedded in the society. That boy ain't quarterbacking because somebody decided to get a group together and get some things going. Then maybe he did have a little thing he liked doing on the side. But some folks was enjoying that until he said, I don't want to play no more. Y'all was cool with it until he didn't want to play anymore. So I'll just say my piece on that. But back to the point, it's sad because ultimately, sir, when the headline comes out and says that Houston Texans take an unusual road in promoting Luv Smith to head coach, did anybody hear Luv Smith's name in the running? I didn't. This man was in the top 3. He was in the finalists. Everybody knew this man was going to get a job. You see what he did with the Dolphins? Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
This won't be big until these other coaches stand up. And I hate to say this, but unfortunately, some of these white coaches speak up. Because that's how it went with the whole America didn't want to have a reckoning in 2020 until white folks starting to talk. And we want to start having some real conversations. And I remember some of those conversations telling some of my white counterparts, hey, thanks for having that with me. Can you go have that conversation amongst your friends? Because that's where it matters.
Yep.
So stand up, other coaches, band of brothers, the brotherhood, the fraternity of NFL head coaches, past and present, stand up, speak up. Speak up, former coaches, former black coaches, speak up. Just saying.
Well, they had one former black coach speak out. Your boy that coached the Browns. He said the same thing happened to him.
He said the same thing. Unfortunately, that's sad to hear, man. I ain't gonna be so fandemish that I can't believe it ain't happening in my own organization.
Yeah, he said the same thing happened to him.
So he's not
gotta lose. Here's a plan. We need to lose.
Yeah.
And here's the thing why here's the thing why I think he doesn't help the situation, because he obviously took the money.
Yeah, like it sucks because he's harder to listen to.
He took it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I didn't understand why they were handing me all this money at first. And then when I deep down those in this contract, oh, they're paying me to lose. I was like, no, sir.
He obviously took the money.
You took the money. So don't try to sugarcoat it. Don't try to throw yourself into this. You should probably, you're not helping him right now. So just back up. Are you uncovering the light that they offered you cash to lose? Yes, it is. You're trying to make it seem like there's a correlation that so he doesn't. Flores doesn't seem like that accusation is not a bad thing. That accusation is very prevalent in the NFL, but you also hurt yourself because we all know you took that money. So you don't have the same character and integrity as Mr. Flores.
But Kobe says absolutely nail on the head, Jay. And Texas is pretty open until you cross the good old boy club. Texas still wants to be a part, even though they feel like they can get it done alone. Yeah, that's fair.
Sad. And I'm pretty sure there will be more updates about this story as we move forward. Let's talk about another coaching opening that is still open because a certain individual didn't get that job. So as reported, the coach of the Maize and Blue, Mr. Jim Harbaugh, pretty much what it as reported is pretty much kind of sayonara and peaced out everybody, thinking that he was going to get this Vikings job, left everybody on the rope, no text, excommunicado, went on this interview, got showed all the facilities, met all the people. And somewhere in between his interview, it didn't go the way Mr. Mr. Harbaugh wanted it to go. And he ended up having to returning back to Michigan with his tail between his legs. And in the midst of that, he didn't show up to a press day, a signing day situation. Kind of left all this. Yeah, he didn't show up to a signing day situation where him and his assistant coaches normally would be congratulating the new signees. And then
wait a minute, I thought that was old. That was
bro. And then his coordinator, his award-winning coordinator, was politicking for the job after everybody thought that he was leaving. I guess he did not get the answer from the Michigan brass that he would be the next man up. So when John or Jim or Harbaugh, when he came back, he realized that one, this man don't communicate, and then two, the brass don't see me as I see myself in this situation. So I'm gonna go take the same job. I didn't even get elevated. I'm just gonna leave and take the same job in Miami. And then you got an award-winning assistant coach of the year for the 2021-22 season. Um, so everything that I read made it seem like John Harbaugh just left everybody on red because he thought he was going to get this Vikings head coaching job because he had a good
I want
relationship
you to
with the
stop
owner.
calling him John.
Jim, whatever his name is, Jim, John. White people name their kids the same name twice. Jim, John, Jimmy, Joe, James, Harbaugh. So he thought he was done. He thought he was out. He thought he pieced out. Didn't say nothing to nobody. And then he had to come back, had to spin it. Michigan had to spin it as if, yeah, he's back. He's not going anywhere. He's not accepting any more interviews, and he won't accept any more interviews for the time being. And that kind of rubbed all his coaches the wrong way.
I haven't. So everything I've been reading though doesn't line. I didn't read that.
All right, let me show you where I got it.
So I know there was the. So I know there was the. There was one. So here's. I guess here's my take on this. There was one person who was coming out and saying it's reported that he's all but done. He's all gonna be the next head coach of the Vikings. It was one person, and this guy wasn't like top tier either. But they were running with this story, but it wasn't being ran on everything. So like I remember being asked about it, and I was like, it feels like it's just still smoke to me because I couldn't look anywhere and find it on like you know how you hear news like did CNN report it
Mm-hmm.
or did what's the did TMZ report it? Like you need reputable people. So there was the one report, and everybody kept kind of tagging so and so from the Wolverine whatever 360 or whatever is reporting that da 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 da. So I was never really believing it. So I felt like it was all smoke.
Mm-hmm.
But now when I remember Shefty mentioning it, but Shefty wasn't saying it was done. Shefty was actually using the report of the other guy. He was saying per so and so. If I remember correctly, I'm gonna pull this up. Because if I remember correctly, I remember Shefty was saying, because I was looking at Shefty too, like Shefty, help me out here.
All right, so here's the article I got. All right, so it says the Athletic chronologically, whatever, of the day's events suggests that Harbaugh's presence.
Who's the article by though?
Golf Digest.
I can't trust that. It's Golf Digest. They're not.
Who knows? Okay, here we go. Let me get it out.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so they said there was a buzz in the Vikings organization. He was shown the facilities. He's greeted by potential coworkers. Things were all going well, but then sometime around 3 p.m. the tide turned. The tenor of started to change. The Athletic wrote. So I guess it's just quotes from the Athletic. If there was a momentum at Harbaugh's back as he tried to secure the job, it disappeared. What happened in between remains something of a mystery, but one thing was clear. Harbaugh didn't turn the job down. The job turned down Harbaugh. Both Harbaugh and the University of Michigan spun this as a victory, a triumph of spirit and soul, as opposed to the defeat as it was allegedly was. Less than a week later, however, and the aftershocks of Harbaugh's flirtation are now starting to be felt. Sometimes the offer is just too good to refuse, right? Well, in the case of Josh Gaddis, a black coach, it was more than just money. As Michigan OC Josh Gaddis is accepting the Miami offensive coordinator job per source, the 38-year-old Gaddis, who helped the Wolverines to a Big Ten title in 2021, won the Broyles Award as the nation's top assistant coach. Big addition for the Canes. It doesn't take blah 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 blah. Let's see. It doesn't take Solar Machine to unravel this thread. And Harbaugh's presupposed absence, Michigan had begun forming a succession plan, and Gaddis wasn't part of it, at least in the capacity he wanted to be. Not only had his boss abandoned him, but so has his employer. In the end, Gaddis traded Ann Arbor in February for South Beach.
Yeah, it's the Golf Digest.
But it's quoting the Athletic as well. So
Yeah. Okay.
and then also on Get Up, the same thing. You know, my man was killing them. What's my man? They always got on there from college football. The old white dude. He was flaming them.
Oh, yeah.
He was flaming them. He was like this guy. He was like he finally gets a winning season, starts feeling himself, leaves his coaches high and dry, just for this to happen. Like
But I feel like we want to run with that story because it's like hot to do. Like,
I think you should run with it, sir.
why?
You're being listen. The man left. That should tell you something.
It's Jim Harbaugh.
He left.
It's Jim Harbaugh.
He left though. He left to get the same job at a worse program.
It's Jim
Let's
Harbaugh.
be honest.
Are you talking about Gaddis?
Yes.
Yeah, but like no. Okay,
There's smoke there. There has to be
no. So let me say this. I think there's smoke there from the perspective of it's definitely possible that because from Gaddis's message to the players, it sounded like the school doesn't appreciate me because of what he texted players when he was leaving. I don't want to be somewhere where I'm not wanted. Like you're telling me you worked 3 years under this guy and you feel unwanted by Jim Harbaugh, or was there something else going on because of what was happening that would support? Like I don't know. Like
well, I feel like he didn't get the respect he needed from Harbaugh because Harbaugh was moving on without giving him proper like, hey, I'm about to go, I'm out, like, and didn't set him up as a successor. So he didn't get that backing from the guy that he worked with. And then when he tried to go get the backing from the organization, they didn't back him either.
Yeah, well, to me, I don't think. See, listen, I don't.
That's like you. That's like you leaving for Romeo, and don't say nothing to me, and I'm trying to step into your shoes at the Wolverines, but you didn't give no blessing to say, hey, this dude, you should probably look at him because he was my assistant. So, and then they don't even look at me because you didn't even give a blessing.
So I think half of that. So I don't. You got to get somebody better than Golf Digest by way of the Athletics. Got to tell me that Jim Harbaugh didn't communicate with his assistant coaches about what potentially was going to happen.
Oh my, bro, you must have got every citation in every paper correct.
No, like
when you were in college. Like,
no, here's what I do. I just go to Free Press. I go to Detroit News. I go to Michigan Daily. Like I go somewhere where people are actually embedded and like they get this news from true sources. Like it says something to me that leading up to the Wednesday prior to him leaving and going on this shenanigan tour, there was literally people kept asking me, "You think he's gonna leave?" And I'm like, everything's rumor. There was literally no teams. It was just where might Harbaugh go? ESPN was running that story every night on SportsCenter. Where do you think Harbaugh's going to go? Where do you think Harbaugh's going to go? And some of the analysts were starting to say, there's literally nothing out there besides rumors. People are just throwing stuff against the wall. Nothing seems legit. And then it got quiet. And then all of a sudden, the Minnesota Vikings are in, and Harbaugh's going to talk to the Vikings on Wednesday after a conversation over the weekend. And it's hard for me to believe that between Saturday and Wednesday, he didn't have a conversation with his assistants. Now, it's easier for me to believe that Gaddis, which all of this we're believing at some point, we don't know all the facts, we'll never get them. But it's easier for me to believe that Gaddis if Harbaugh was on his way out, and I don't think he doesn't communicate. He communicates, and then there's this spinning of what are we going to do? Then the mill got going. We're going to pick so-and-so. We're going to pick so-and-so. Hire from within. What do you think they should do? Hire from within. Hire from within. And then Gaddis finds out, hey, you think you're the next guy up, and the establishment says to you, we don't think you're that guy. Here's what I think about that piece. I think it's possible, it's plausible, that Gaddis thought he was further along in this than he was, and now his feelings are hurt, and he went to Miami. Because to me, if I'm just looking at him as an OC and what has happened over the past 3 seasons, this dude didn't really find his groove until this year, midway through the year. think somebody just pointed that out in the chat. I agree with you 100%. He didn't find this dude wasn't lighting it up when he first got. He came in touted from Alabama, and I think it was speed and space. Like they were on Twitter going nuts with the hashtags. Offense looked okay. Then it looked predictable last year. This year, they decided we're going to overhaul. We're going to go back to being Stanford style, which you can't tell me Jim Harbaugh's imprint wasn't on this offense because that looked like a Stanford offense. And then they ran out and started mauling people. I think his feelings are hurt, bro. I don't think Jim Harbaugh was about to leave and not tell anybody. I think his feelings are hurt because Jim Harbaugh probably was out the door, probably did go up there with like, hey, y'all, if this is right, I'm taking it. Because ultimately, as I want to go back to the NFL and win a Super Bowl. And then they started working it behind back scenes. And yeah, they had to spin it in the media after he came back. But I think Gaddis's feelings are hurt. That's just my position.
I respect it. What they say.
Because I can't go with Golf Digest via the Athletic. I also can't do that. Press right now. I'm looking for like that story, that piece.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Cause that's the vibe I got. Because Kobe said his name. He said, "P.S. I hate Paul Feinbaum." That's the guy that was talking crazy on Get Up. He was talking crazy.
He loves to talk crazy about Harbaugh, though.
Yeah,
that's his angle. He has to. Like he can't even. Like he was one of the sound bites when they were like, he's like, they have no chance. It's in his DNA. He can't beat Ohio State.
Yeah,
and he had to eat crow that day. And then the next opportunity he can get back on that I hate Harbaugh, he's going to do it.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's going to be – let's see who he gets. Miami. What's the comment section going crazy?
Kobe says Harbaugh was pissed about NIL and about transfer portal and how the university is policing it. He's been vocal about that. Coleman's got to bounce. All right, DC, appreciate you. Hey, mama, we saw your comment. She said, "Hey, son."
All right, and then I just got a little passion project right here before we get to player eliminator. I know we've been on for over an hour, but how do I
sing it, brother?
Say goodbye to what we had. It's over. All the good times. That made us laugh. Okay, all right. Here we go. It's over. The GOAT is gone. Perry, is this how you felt when Jordan retired?
Yeah, that hurt. I have another one for you too. Tom Brady. This is via Perry. He sent this over to me. A screenshot of this. Tom Brady never lost. Versus the Falcons, Cowboys, Vikings, Bucks, and Patriots. His combined regular season and playoff record versus all 32 NFL teams. He's not below 500 against anybody.
Never lost.
His worst records are against the Broncos at 9-9, the Saints at 5-5, the Seahawks at 2-2, and the Cardinals at 1-1. Everybody else in the league, he has a winning record against.
100% against the Patriots.
Right. He's 100% against the following teams: the Falcons, Cowboys, Vikings, Bucks, Patriots. It's 100%. 10-0 against the Falcons, 6-0 against the Cowboys, 6-0 against the Vikings, 4-0 against the Bucks, 1-0 against the Patriots. And then it goes down to 91% against the Bills, 88% against the Jaguars, 87% against the Bengals, 87.5% against the Browns. Yeah.
Goodbye, Tom Brady. Thomas Bartholomew Brady.
Kobe said, let's point out this is the one that Shefty effed up. He leaked it early and then realized he jacked it up completely.
Don't step on the ghost's toes, Adam. Come on. I know you want to break. I know you want to get that news out there, but let the man do it the way he want to do it, okay? And they ran that story too. Like
They ran it
there was
quickly.
there was no confirmation whatsoever. They was like, we're gonna run this story and we're gonna run it like it's true.
We're first. We are first. Hillary Clinton has won the presidency. What Cat Williams say? There's no way going to win here. Congrats, man, Thomas.
This sucks, man.
Michigan, man. Congrats.
This is my guy. This is throughout my academy. Like, if I could make a compilation of all of the Thomas Bartholomew Brady's over the years of doing this show, it would go on for a long time. This is my guy. I never picked against him. Every Super Bowl I picked him. This is my guy, ultimate competitor. It's just white Jesus. This is my guy. And now I don't know what to do. I don't know who my favorite player is going to be. I'm going to look at football side-eyed. I don't know what to do now. I don't know who to root for because he was my guy. Like, Tom Brady was my second team, no matter what team he was on. It was whatever team Tom Brady was on. And I just want to say thank you for the memories, Tom. I appreciate it. I remember your first Super Bowl. I hated you. I was in high school. I was like, man, they only let him win because of 9/11. 9/11 happened, and the Patriots won the Super Bowl. Conspiracy theory. And then after that, you was just my guy. So I don't know what to do, man. How did you handle Jordan retiring? How did that?
Same way you're handling this.
You had to wait for LeBron.
Yep, same way you're handling this situation. You just wait for the next. And thankfully, he was from Cleveland and from Akron, and I could fall in love with the hometown kid and have that. But it's just the same way. It's okay. Now in the future, like JoJo and I started watching the documentary on ESPN Plus. So now you just watch those videos and you reminisce and you feel good after you get over the initial emotion. You feel good about it and you go from there.
I'm just glad my kids were around to see your greatness, so I don't have to explain it.
Yeah, that's true. You did have kids at the time of him playing instead of my kids having to hear about him and wear his shoes, but not know about him, understand the essence of him.
I'm gonna miss you, Tom. Whatever you do after this, you know your boy got you.
Swift about like a small moment to his whole segment.
You're right there. They should just give him the MVP just because. Just give him the MVP.
I hate that that's going to probably happen. That's annoying as heck.
He should have played the Pro Bowl this year.
A-Rod should win it, but I think that's going to happen, and that's going to suck. Yeah, he should have played in the Pro Bowl. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I miss you, Tom. I'm always going to miss you. All right. Last but not least, who you got, man? Let's just go ahead and throw it out here. How you see the game going? Who's winning? Who's the MVP?
Yeah, man, listen. I think this Joe Burrow story is awesome. He has a chance to win a national championship, a Heisman, and a Super Bowl, all right in order. Great story. Bengals defense playing great at the right time. I don't think the defense is as good as they're playing, but they are definitely gelling at the right time. That's all that matters. Burrow to Chase, lethal. I expect and hope that he has a good game, especially Chase. I expect that Burrow's going to be Burrow. I think you got to respect Burrow and give this guy his flowers in the sense of this is what it is, y'all. Like, this guy's for real. Like, I don't think this is him getting lucky or just having a good run here. I think this kid's good. He looked good before, the ACL injury last year. So to come back this year and do this, no surprise. The plays he made in that Kansas City game, a lot of those third and longs, and the way he was able to scramble out of trouble and get to where he was going, amazing. Hey, man, this is what I'm about to tell you. Perry picked the Bengals. He doesn't want me to pick them because everybody I picked is lost. So I'm not going to pick them. I'm going to pick the Rams, and here's why. I'm scared for Joe in this game. The
99.
There's if I'm the offensive coordinator, which I've had to kind of be now that I'm a head coach, right? You got the game plan. If I'm the D coordinator in this game, it's rush the quarterback. Use my front four. The Rams have a legit front four that's better than any front four this team has seen. The other front four they saw that was legit in the playoffs was the Tennessee front four. They sacked him 9 times, guys. Okay. If it's not for Mr. Tannehill, who, by the way, the Tennessee Titans just endorsed as their future quarterback. If it's not for Mr. Tannehill, the Bengals aren't playing in this game. They sacked him 9 times.
9 times.
Guys, this offensive line didn't get better in the last couple of weeks. That's still the same offensive line. And this week, that offensive line is about to get tested by this man on the screen.
9-9.
And that you see here. And so because of that and the weaponry on the offensive side of the ball for the Rams being a little more, actually a lot more, because I guess you can go Cup and Chase cancel. So who's up next? I got to give it to OBJ. The man's playing good football right now. Credit to Stafford. They run the ball a little bit. Cincinnati has to get the ball out fast. And if they don't, that means a lot of short stuff. He's not going to have time to sit back and throw the long ball to Chase. It's going to be slants, which Chase can take to the house we saw. But for me, the team of the Rams is better than the Bengals offense.
The Chiefs were better. The Chiefs were better.
No, I think, to me, the Chiefs offense was better. The Chiefs defense is opportunistic and had holes. To me, the Rams are a better team. Too much Rams D-line. Too much Rams D-line. Stafford makes enough plays. Offensively, too many weapons. The Chiefs got dumb after halftime, too, by the way. Play calling was questionable. Bengals lose by 10 or more.
Oof.
Plus, Bengals lost. Rams win. Detroit Stafford gets his Super Bowl ring. How you like them apples?
Listen, I'm happy for Stafford for making it to the Super Bowl, but I ain't picking this man to win it.
Of course not, because you're a hater now. You went back to hating last week. Go back and watch last week's segment, ladies and gents. He reverted. He thought he was okay. He told the man he forgave him and he let it go. But sorry, y'all. He reverted back. This isn't the same trade. Don't trust him.
I just can't. Matthew Stafford with a Super Bowl ring. I can't.
Everyone but Dre wins.
I can't. I can't do it. Let's go, Joe. Listen, Aaron Donald's going to destroy this kid. I'm sorry.
That was a good setup.
I'm sorry. Aaron Donald's going to destroy this kid. Aaron Donald's going to be the MVP.
I got MVP Aaron Donald too.
7 sacks, interception, 4 touchdowns. Like, Aaron Donald's going to destroy this kid. I don't care how many short throws you going to do. It ain't going to be enough to beat them. It's a wrap. Rush 4, drop 7. It's a wrap. Yep. Aaron Donald is not leaving LA without a ring. Yep. This man talks to himself. Okay, he's a scary individual, and nobody on that line can block him. 1-on-1, 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Rush 4, drop 7. Enjoy your Super Bowl, LA. I'm sorry, Joe. You'll never come back here again. Nice to know you.
Perry said Joe Blow, Kansas City was a better team. Hold on, didn't you say Kansas City would win by 10 plus? I did. I said Kansas City would win that game. Hey, man, I didn't think that Kansas City was going to come out in the second half and decide that they weren't Kansas City anymore. You were up 21-3.
Listen. Let me defend my brother here for a minute. Listen, we on a public platform right now. We say things. It's our job to say things. We both be wrong all the time. Sometimes, okay? So don't come for them. It's okay. Everybody gets something wrong every once in a while. It happens. I done got some.
How many people thought the Bengals were really going to beat the Chiefs, though?
We get picks wrong all the time. Let's he was just really, really wrong that day. It was not a bad thing. My score, Kobe. Is this gonna be Seattle versus Denver?
Ooh. I don't think it'll be that bad.
Is this gonna be Seattle versus Denver over by mid-second quarter?
It was like 41-17, wasn't it?
It was nasty. It was nasty. Yeah, I'm going that way. I'm going 41-17. I'm going something ridiculous. I'm going we bored by the third quarter. I'm going, hey, did you see Snoop Dogg at the halftime? That was a great set. Hey, let's play some spades. I'm sorry, Cincinnati, you don't belong here. It's a great story, but you about to get that tail whooped, and you're never coming back again.
I'm gonna go with 34-21 Rams. I do have a question for Perry though. Give me the game plan. You're a D coordinator. Traditionally, you've been a D coordinator in your as a coach. You've done enough coaching. You know the game well. Schematically, what's the game plan? You're the head coach, Perry, of the Bengals. Offensively, what do you have to do? Because that front four is legit. I don't think what we're saying is crazy here. They can rush 4 and drop 7. So tell me how you beat the Rams on defense. I get it if you're counting on Stafford to throw a couple picks, or you're counting on that Stafford or that LA Rams team that lost to the Cardinals, in the regular season and stuff like that, but lost to the Niners. What's the game plan? They don't have a Debo. I'm just interested to know what Perry's approach is from that perspective. To me, the ball's got to come out fast. So I got to know how do we approach that. So if you're still with us, say your piece as we get ready to wrap.
Yeah. No, okay. So to play devil's advocate, how does Cincinnati win this game? Short throws.
And you need the Rams to make mistakes.
Screen passes.
Create a turnover battle.
Short fields.
Yep. You need it. You got your defense has got to make a couple plays for you in this game.
Short fields. Convert on. Joe can't convert on third downs, but like you said, if Ramsey's on Chase, I don't see them deviating their defensive plans because Ramsey has been playing the field this year. That's the biggest change to their defensive scheme. Ramsey hasn't been following, so Ramsey could be on OBJ, not OBJ. Ramsey could be on Chase. He could be on Uzoma. He could be on Higgins. He could be on the other guy. Like Cincinnati got good receivers. I ain't gonna play them like that. They got a good running back, but you expect them to be neutralized in this situation, and they're a good second half team. So that super long halftime could definitely work against the Rams. And Joe Burrow is a gamer. He is a guy that can get it done. But so is Stafford's statistics say. Stafford's statistics say he's a good fourth quarter quarterback too. What up, Mojo?
Right, you hear this?
He said hi. You see that?
He's getting his voice, isn't he?
But it looked like Kobe checked. I mean, it looked like Perry checked out. So let's go ahead and put a ball on it. You have to switch a Mahomey ball. Drink and dunk down the field. Get the ball out quickly. Defense has to pick up a score. Yeah, Kobe, defense definitely got to help them out. If not score, at least give them a short field to where they only have to go, 40, 50 yards and, get a score down to keep them in this football game. Stafford can go over the top with Cooper Kupp. You see their receiver screens are deadly. OBJ picking up first downs is deadly. Sony Michel should be able to run on this team. Like, the coaches have to win this game for Cincinnati. Perfect scheme, perfect storm for Cincinnati to win this football game. In my opinion.
So run the ball. So that's the other piece, and I meant to say that too. Joe Mixon's got to have a big game, right? Can Joe Mixon have a big game? Is that their offense?
Listen, the 49ers not running the ball on him. The Cincinnati Bengals like running the ball on him.
So Perry, 100%, you're right. Run the ball. because you got to slow the game down, right? So you got to keep the ball out of their hands. Extra protection, take a few shots. The running game is going to create a play action game, and then you go screens. 100%. I agree with you. That's the only way this happens. Now the question I ask you is, who you got? Because is that this team? Is that game plan is there? But the reason you put that last one out there, run the ball even if you can't, is because is Mixon that guy? If Mixon is that guy, he wins the MVP in the Super Bowl. If the I'll call it right now. If the Bengals win this game, they're going to be talking about Burrow and Mixon as MVP candidates.
Yeah. Mixon's got to make them. Mixon's got to make them bring another guy down.
Exactly. I agree.
You got to get them out. They got to get out the 4 rush. Like if they get out the 4 rush because Mixon is running the ball, then you got a game. You got a game plan. You took them out of their game plan. Because their game plan is to rush forward. Like you don't need more than Floyd, Von Miller, whoever the other guy is, and Aaron Donald. So I agree with you. Run the ball some more, and let Joe Burrow do his thing. But is that going to be sustainable? That sounds like a lot of 3 and outs against this front.
Like I feel like run the ball. I feel like what ends up happening there is you're down 17-0, and you're still trying to run the ball. At some point, that run the ball could potentially become Joe Burrow's got to go be Joe Burrow, but it might be too late.
Yeah.
I hope this is a game because I really don't want to see a blowout Super Bowl. But this feels wrong to me. This feels wrong.
Listen, in my scenario, it's they're driving, fumble, T. Higgins, scoop and score. They're driving, interception, get a score off of that. They're driving, get a field goal. They're driving, interception, and it's gonna get out of hand, and it's gonna be too big for the moment. Like it just can't handle the moment. Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, okay. I'm not giving. I think they'll be able to handle it. I just don't think they have enough this time. I definitely think I'm in the same boat with you. That it stops here. I don't think they have enough. I just go back to the Tennessee game, man. 9 times they sacked this man 9 times. And that wasn't one guy. There was no Aaron Donald on that front 4. That was just a front 4.
Now you got a 99 overall player coming at you.
And there's another guy on that team, a former Bronco named Von Miller, that is legit.
So Matt Stafford does not win the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald does.
Oh, wow. Find a way to hate. It's okay, Dre. It's okay.
Stafford wins with 100 yards passing and 1 touchdown because he didn't have to do too much.
Oh, Dre. Okay.
MVP, Aaron Donald in that defense.
Oh, Dre, it's okay. It's okay. You'll be. Yeah. Hey, listen. I hate to say it, but you won't be one of the only Detroiters around here feeling like that. So many haters up here in this area. Y'all better learn how to appreciate that man.
Never.
He carried you guys as far as he could carry you.
No, he didn't. All right, last up, player eliminator.
I lost 19-14.
Bro, listen, Kyrie only got you. When I looked it up, I was like, Kyrie only got a 14. I know Tatum got me back into this. This light-skinned fool got me 19 points. He didn't help me nothing.
Yeah, I kept the gap open.
Man, he didn't help me at all.
Plus, I went -5.
So I'm picking Booker, my player eliminator. I'm picking Booker.
Big.
I'm going big. I'm burning this one early because I got to make up some.
I'm trying to keep them in my pocket. I'm trying to keep players in my pocket as long as I can, as long as I got a little lead.
I burned through a lot of people. I done burned through Giannis, Doncic, Tatum. Now I'm going with Book. I gotta get them out. So you're going with Joker?
Joker versus the Knicks tomorrow night.
All right. And then that is Finn. All right. Anything else on your radar, sir? Your Cleveland Cavaliers?
One more thing. Just want to throw this out there. Have a little moment for myself. Cleveland! Hey, man.
I'm so glad that was choppy. You still froze.
Cleveland! Still can't hear me? What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Cleveland! Hey, man. One game out of the 1 seed in the East. Surprising team. Hey, man. Go out and get Karis LeVert, man. Go out and get Karis LeVert and make a run for this standing. Just want to point that out. Big trade. I like the pickup. I like the pickup.
East is wide open.
East is wide open for sure.
Wide open.
I like the pickup.
Pops came in right on time.
Pops.
Right on time.
Right on time, baby.
Cleveland.
I just wanted to throw that out.
This is for you.
This is for you.
You got an all-star too. Darius Garland made the all-star team.
Potential rookie of the year favorite right now.
Nice. Okay, I see.
A young squad.
How you think Kira is going to elevate your team?
Well, to be honest with you, I think it's a great pick to keep them where they are. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. The Nets are still really good when everybody's healthy. So there's a couple of teams that are still established there, right there. The Bulls are legit.
It's something to say about your depth, though.
Yeah, it's a young team. Young team. They needed guard help. They went out and got it. My dad and I were talking about this earlier. Kevin Love's just a man that doesn't age. He's still hitting big shots. I think that's cool. And the fans in Cleveland appreciate it. They're going down there and packing out the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, formerly known as the Q. So I just think it's a beautiful thing. So if I got to get my app back up that I was using to watch out-of-market games, and I'll pick up a couple of their games. But the highlights have been fun to watch. It's nothing more exciting than watching a young squad do their thing. So playoff time, I'll definitely be paying attention to that series just to see if they just make some noise. But the future's bright, and Cleveland's always a cool town when the sports teams are good. So it was real cool. Thanks, Cole.
Appreciate you, man. See you next week. Well, that'll be it for us too, man. I'm glad your team is prospering. Us on the other hand, well, Pistons fans on the other hand. A lot of Cade Cunningham.
He's the future.
He's the future. Fourth best player. All right, let's go. Let's get out of this thing. Appreciate y'all for listening. Once again, make sure you like, follow, subscribe to everything Academy Sports Show, that being Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly, the YouTube. Share. Make sure you share the stream, man. Get more people up in here because we all a family. Help you all out against us on trivia. The more people we get up in here. Try to be on time next week, 7 p.m. on a Monday, but if not, make sure you stick close to your notifications and make sure you trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live, even if it is pushed back 10, 15 minutes. But we shall be here every Monday and be on behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Enjoy the Super Bowl. Super Bowl recap next Monday, man. A lot to talk about. We hope to see you then. Peace.
All the good times that made us laugh. I don't know the word.